Well, really and truly, as far as the depression was concerned, I didn't even know we were in a depression. I was just a kid, and we got along okay because Mother was working, and you know, Allie was in high school, and John was in grade school, and I mean, I don't ever remember being deprived of anything, or I didn't even know there was a depression going on. Mother sometime used to work late, and this was one evening that it was in the winter time, and it was really cold, and it was snowing, and it was real bad. And Allie and I were in the kitchen, and we heard a knock at the back door. So I opened up the door, and this man stood there, and he looked like he was really, really cold, and he had on an overcoat was kind of tattered, and a hat, and he uh, he wanted to know if we had anything that he could we have a bite to eat. And so Allie and I, we just invited him in. Sure, Allie said, come on in. So we set the table, and he sat down and took his hat off, and he was just as nice as he could be. And you could tell that he was really a nice fella, and he was well educated for the way he talked and everything. So Allie fixed him a great big bowl of vegetable soup and a cup of coffee, and set the crackers on the table and everything. And another thing is, she used to tell it. You could tell that he was his table manners, were real. They were refined, in other words, and you could tell he was from a nice family. So he ate the soup, and so she gave him another bowl, and so he told us that he was hitchhiking, and of course, he'd lost his job, and I don't remember just what he did, but anyhow, he was riding the freight trains, and he gotten off the train here in Elkins, and I guess was wandering around to see if he could find somebody that would give him something to eat. He didn't have anything to, nothing to eat. So we fixed him the second bowl of soup, and he ate that, and he talked to us, and just really, really nice. And so he got ready to leave, and he thanked us, for being so kind to him, and he put his coat back on, and he went out the door, and the wind was blowing and everything. So anyhow, when Mother come home, I told her about the man coming in, that we had him come in, and we fixed him a bowl of vegetable soup. And oh boy, she was so mad. She really hauled us over the coals. She says, don't you ever, ever let anybody, strange person, come in the house like that again. And we said, well, Mother, he was awful. And I know, but you just never know, Oh, boy, she was really upset. But now, had Mother been there, she'd have done the same thing. She would have invited him in. I know that, because she was pretty tender-hearted. And but she was afraid, that maybe we'd get the wrong person in there sometime. But we felt good about it. We've often wondered what happened to him, but he was just such a nice person. You could tell he was from a nice family and everything. But there were a lot of them at that time, riding the rails and trying to find jobs, and it's a pretty bad time.